Hello, my name is Tamsin Holland-Brown. I'm a paediatrician. I work in Cambridge and I'm having a look at the Worrinots app. The Worrinots app is addressing well-being for children, and it enables them to share their worries and fears. It looks like this once you've downloaded it, so a nice simple front page, and you can meet the Worrinots by clicking Meet Us. And so, for example, this is Stomp, and he explains how they will get rid of any fears. And this is Rip, who explains how he will rip up fears, and again with Shaky, and again with Chomp. So how a child would operate this is they would go to the What's Up section, and they would be able to choose which Worrinots that they would like to interact with. And once they've chosen, then they can either press on the microphone to speak and say what their worry is, or they're able to type in what their worry is. So if I just write something here, of course you can write much more than that. And then it asks the child how it makes them feel, and so they can choose whatever they feel about that anxiety, which I think is probably good for thinking about how children understand emotions. And then, because we've chosen Chomp, Chomp is having a go at getting rid of this worry by folding it up and eating it. And I've turned the sound off, but actually there's some amusing sound effects that go with it. And the children that I've tried this out on certainly quite like the animations and find it funny and appealing. So afterwards, then it explains that you can go to some worry tips, or you can open the mail from, and the mail I'll just quickly show you. So we had selected Chomp, so in comes Chomp's email to the child, and it explains, I ate your worry and it was yummy. It disappeared into my tummy. Check out the worry tips too. Great advice just waiting for you. So the worry tips do seem to be age appropriate. They're done nicely, it's simple, and there, as you can see, it's a range of different concerns that the child might have, and some of them addressing difficult things such as abuse, bullying, different families, body and bedwetting, for example. So again, you can, if you tap, for example, on anxiety, and this is quite wordy, so I guess this is what the child would be going through with a parent. It would explain what might cause the anxiety, how the anxiety makes you feel, and how the child can help themselves with the anxiety. And it's the same with the others. So this particular app for children can be paired to the companion app for the parent or adult, which is called Wotnot, which allows the parent to interact with the child, but for a fee. So if you don't pay the subscription fee, what you'll be able to see by downloading Wotnot is whether or not your child has interacted with this. So at least you would know whether the child has interacted and maybe has a possible fear. And I guess as a parent, if you hadn't subscribed, that would give you the information to maybe discuss things with your child. If you do subscribe, I understand, because I haven't subscribed, so this is information that I've got from the website, worrinots.com, which is very good for having a look further at this. That you can then interact, you can then see what your child has written and interact with the child. And I gather that you can write then that it will show up to the child as if the Worrinot has written. So the only thing with that is that I couldn't find on this app anywhere that says that the child is consenting to or assenting to discussing their worry with an adult, or understands that that's happening. Maybe that is clear once the subscription is in place, but I think from the right to the child, then it would be important for a child to know who they were telling their worries to. The other thing is that whilst getting rid of your fear is a great tactic for lots of worries or generalized anxieties, that there are some fears where screwing them up and throwing them away, or eating them, or making them disappear, maybe isn't quite the right tactic, and that actually more is needed on a particular worry, and that the child might need more than that. I think that lots of that is addressed in the worry tips, which does have a heavy emphasis on discussing the worry with somebody else and sharing that worry. But that's just one thing that I wanted to highlight. I noticed that there hasn't been a particular study around showing this, or while there are case studies almost on the website about how people have found these useful, there hasn't been a study which is looking at outcomes with children using this. And I guess as a clinician, that is the next thing that I'd like to see.